Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite mechanism in Gizmos. I don't own Gizmos, but I do own a photo of Gizmos, which I played last week. It's this game that has a bunch of these marbles. They're kind of the component hook in the game, these marbles that are kept in this big bin, and a few of them are dispensed out of this little front thing there, this front tray. And on your turn, it's a little bit like Splendor if you've played Splendor, in that you're choosing either to gain a gizmo, you're gaining one of these cards to put in your hand, or put in your whatever they call it in this game. You don't directly put it into play unless you can afford to build it right away. There is, you can grab a marble from here. And my favorite mechanism is drawing a random marble from the bin. I really like that they included this option, because think about it, when they were designing this, Phil Walker Hardy, when he was designing it, he could have just said, okay, here's a tray of marbles, choose one. He could have also had a dispenser where you didn't get to choose from the inside of the bin, but instead he said, no, it's actually fun to reach into a bin of random stuff and pull something out, and he's right. It is a lot of fun to do that, even though it is good at times to draw a specific marble, to use your action for that. There's a separate action, I believe it's the build action, where you draw a marble and then right away, if you can build a card that you already have, or a card in the display. I think it's draw a random marble, build a card in the display. And this is just a ton of fun. I can't express how fun it is to reach into that bin and pick out a random marble. And so I wanted to feature today because I think this is something that I often forget about as a designer, that you may forget about, that sometimes a random thing can actually be a lot of fun. Whether it's drawing a marble out of a bin, drawing a random card to see what you get, or whatever the component is, pulling something out of a bag. That can be actually more fun than having full agency over what you get, as long as that thing is always a good thing. I guess there are exceptions to that too, especially in cooperative games where a random bad thing can happen. It can create a memorable, outlandish moment. But this was just a good reminder to me about the fun of randomness, especially when there's a physical element to it. Reaching into a bag or a box or something like that to draw something out can create a really fun moment in the game. And I applaud Gizmos for doing that. If you have a favorite mechanism in Gizmos that you'd like to talk about, it's also, I haven't mentioned this, but it's a wonderful engine building game. You're building better and better cards. Your engine is getting better and better as you play, and it plays in about 30 minutes. So it's one that I hope to return to multiple times. But if you have a favorite mechanism in Gizmos, feel free to mention it in the comments. Or if you have a favorite random element in the game where you are drawing something, pulling something out, and that feels good and exciting to you and you enjoy that, I'd love to hear about that in the comments. Thanks.